Hey, want your WooCommerce categories to show up automatically in your mega menu? Of course you do, Billy, and you've come to the right video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up your categories to get ready for it, and then how to implement it, and we're going to take care of all of that right after this. Brick School is sponsoring a 50% off sale for both BricsBits and BricsFX. BricsBits gives you professional, easy-to-use templates, and BricsFX gives you easy-to-use, subtle animation classes that take your project to the next level. This is a limited-time offer, and your purchase helps Brick School keep going. Links are in the description. All right, guys. If you're even thinking about having a mega menu and you have WooCommerce, one of the first things you're going to want to do is show your categories inside of your mega menu, right? So I thought I would do kind of a beginner one. We're just going to set up the categories for now inside the mega menu, maybe show an image, that kind of thing. So, instead of babbling about it, let's get to her. So here we are. I have just a real simple header that I brought in from BricsBits, and this is just a site that we've been kind of using for the last few videos. And I figured, you know what, it'll work just fine for it. So let's get to it. Right now we have this drop down, which is nothing. That's dumb. But before we actually look at the header, I want you to look at what we have going in the actual database. So under our WooCommerce, we're going to go to our products and go to categories. Now, I've already created 3 categories, shirts, a pants, and a jacket. And I even created a little description because why not? And often it tells you, some themes may use it. Well, we use bricks, so we don't really use themes. We don't need those stinking themes around here. So let's get to it. What we are going to do, though, let's throw in some images just so that we can kind of make this a bit more visual, right? So I'm just going to quickly go through. Okay, so all 3 are done now, and you may notice that there's an uncategorized one. That is sort of the catch-all, and sometimes you use it, sometimes you don't. I'm going to leave it there because it's going to show something really kind of cool. And in fact, I tell you what, let's add another one called shoes. These go on your feet. Okay. And there you go. Now we've got a shoes category. All right. No real reason, but I'll get to why in a second. Okay, then let's get to actually building this. So we're here. We're going to go edit bricks, and we're going to go to our header because we just want our header, right? Now, I showed how to make a mega menu before, so I'm going to move a little bit quicker. I'm not going to explain everything other than just briefly. All right. So here in our drop down, we are going to want to go to mega menu, enable it. We're going to want to contain it. So we're going to do that with the bricks container class, and see that holds it in on that container. And I see that the sides are already rounded here. So that's nice. I guess all we really have to do is let me just take this drop down, and we will nudge this down just a smidge. Maybe let's go down an S. Nope, we're going to need to go down to an M. You know what? We're all friends here. We'll give it a space L and save that. And let's just go take a look at it because I'm a little not sure what's happening with this drop down. Oh, yes, I am. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed today. It's this content one that you're gonna want to nudge down a little. All right, and that explains why space M wasn't enough. All right, I got a lot on my mind. I can't help it. Okay, so now there you go, and let's go ahead and let's take these two links out of there, and in this I'm going to add a block, and this is actually going to be our wrapper, and inside of this wrapper I'm going to add a block. Yeah, you know what? I'll do menu here, and then I'll just duplicate that block, and we will say categories. Okay. Let me pull this out. I don't exactly know why it's so small. Okay, so there you go. You got your categories in your wrapper, and the wrapper, we're going to go ahead and make a grid. And so we go here, flex grid. Let's go grid 4. So grid dash, does help if I type it in the box. Grid 4. And we'll give it a space of M. I'm using Brick Styler here. That's where these variables are coming from. If you want to type in all the crap, you fill your boots. All right. So for menu here, we could have some links if we wanted. You know, it might be different sections or whatever. So let's just go ahead and add a basic text, and I don't know. Let's, we'll say men's, and we'll just duplicate that a few times. We'll say women's. I'm not actually going to hook these up today. I'm just trying to show you, all right? So there we go. Now we would have a menu, but now we need our categories to show. And this is what this whole video is really about, all right? So we have our menu. That's fine. That's dandy. What we really care about here is this category. Now, this category we are going to duplicate, but in a query manner. So the first thing that we're going to need inside of it, I think what we should do is an image, a basic text, and I'm going to put 2 of those basic texts. And that should be good enough. The one thing I do want to do, though, is while this font here looks good, I want to change this font. So we'll go here. We will change our text to a text small, and maybe our font weight to like a 400, and our line height to 100. All right, we're really pushing this. This was meant as a simple header template, and we're pushing it kind of away from what it is, but that's all right. And I'm not even going to make classes right now because really I'm here trying to show you about what it is we're doing. You know, I'm just trying to show you how to set up these categories and stuff. So this is about WooCommerce. This isn't about how to format text. I assume you all know how to do that. So here on this wrapper, though, I do want to give it a bit of spacing. So let's go ahead and on our row gap, we will give it a space of, I'd say S. Sure, good enough. All right, so there we are. We have everything that's going to go in it. Now let's get to it. All we really got to do now is create a query loop and hook it up. So we have our categories. I'm planning on showing 3 categories here. I probably should have told you that in the first place. I added other categories because I want to show you how to not show all categories. But anyway, let's get to it. So all we have to do is create a query loop. And in that query loop, what kind of query loop is it? It is a terms query loop. The reason is because a term is a taxonomy, or I should say that backwards. A taxonomy is a term, and product categories are held in a taxonomy. And so here it's going to list our taxonomies, and we're going to go down to not pattern categories, product categories. There we are. And now we will have our product categories. However, kind of worried because I'm not seeing, oh, right, show empty. Now, the reason is I only have one product in this store, all right? Because I'm setting it up for this video. It's not a real store. So that's why I need to click show empty, all right? Now, I'm actually going to leave this wrong because I want you to see kind of what's happening. First thing we're going to do, let's put in the title of the category. And in this case, the title of the category is actually the term name. So it's under terms, all right? Under terms, you're going to go term name. And now you can see jackets, uncategorized shirts. See, I told you this isn't going to be difficult. And now I have that short description, and we'll come in here, and under our terms, we have our term description. And look at that. Our theme does use it. All right. So looking good so far. We're getting there. We're getting there. But, this uncategorized and whatever the hell this one is, you know how the query loop works. You never quite see it. Isn't quite right. So all we have to do is come in here, go to our terms and say, hey man, we want you to exclude. Now you could say which ones you want to include, but that's not very dynamic, is it, Billy? If you want to add something, what's going to happen in the future? You're going to be screwed. So with this, we just want to exclude what we don't want. Okay. So what we don't want is this uncategorized. And I actually added that shoes one just so we could say we don't want it. Okay. So let's go ahead and test this. I know that the image isn't set up yet, but that's all right. I just want to kind of test it. So we'll open this up in a new window. We check our drop down. Oh, look at that. We're swimming. We got jackets, shirts, and pants. That's kind of a weird order, right? I think it should be shirts, pants, jacket. So let's go ahead and we'll open up in our dashboard. We'll go down to product categories and we got jackets, shirts, pants, but I think it should be shirts, pants, jacket, because that's how I get dressed. So we will drag the shirts to the top. We will drag the pants above it. And now it should be shirts, pants, jacket. And let's just go ahead. That auto saves when you drag something. So let's go ahead and refresh, check our thing. Now, as you can see, shirts, pants, and jackets are coming up in the order that we drug them, right? However, when I go look at it, I didn't actually set the order by or where it's, what direction it's going. But I wanted to show you kind of a weird thing. First of all, the actual thing that you're ordering by when you do the drag, and this works with if you use that type order plugin. If I go default, which is that name, and I click save, all right, let's go look at what happens. See, now it's gone backwards. Jackets, pants, shirts. Okay, well, that makes sense. All right, it's going backwards. So we probably just have to set it to ascending, right? But here's the weird thing. Watch what happens. It's still backwards. We drug it in order, and you would think ascending, yes, you would be going up, but I mean, it would be going ascending in ID. And I don't know why, there you go. The answer is to just set it to descending, because yes, when you drag it in this order, you would think that it would be in ascending order, but for whatever reason, this is considered descending order. Now, if you just leave everything by default, it would do this by default. But if you're playing around with other things, you may need to know that. So I just kind of wanted you to know that, because it comes across not just in WooCommerce stuff. So there we go. Now we've got it back to shirts, pants, and jackets. So now it's time to set this image. And there's a reason I left it to last, because, well, you're going to see in a second, all right? Let's first go with what you would normally think. First, we're going to select our image, and no, we're not going to do that, because that wouldn't be dynamic, right? We would just be putting an image in, and it would be the same image all three times. So we need to make it dynamic. So that shouldn't be a problem, right? We've already done some dynamic data. We know where it is. It's not under the post. No, the terms, right? No, not under the terms. And I'll tell you, this one sent me for a little loop. It's actually under the products. And there you will find the product category image. Now, I'm not going to select it that way. I want you to start using these damn search tags because, especially when you start doing custom stuff, it's a lot easier. So I'm just going to put in, category, and now I can quickly see, oh, well, there it is. Yeah, it's under the products. Who really cares what it's under? I just need that bloody image. There's the image. Now, these are different images, right? That's not going to look good, and that's really too big. So let's go 300 by 300. Now we've got one wide, and it's just not looking right. This is where aspect ratio comes in. I can take a total guess and say 2 by 3. No. Yeah, maybe. Let's see. And we'll go cover. So through the magic of editing, I have updated the shirt picture so that it actually has a background image, makes it a little easier to see. And as I'm looking at this, 2 by 3 was not what I should have been going for. So let's go ahead and we'll head back to this, and we'll come here. Oh, come on. There we are. And we'll come to our categories. And on this image, oh, I don't know. Oh, 1 by 1. Yeah, let's do 1 by 1. Why not? Nice and square. Now, let's go 1 by 1.2. There we go. That's not quite a square, but, And last, just to kind of finish this off, we'll go in, link all of our radiuses, and we'll put in a nice big radius L. And there you are. And I tell you, yeah, you know what? This is bugging me. So I'm going to take these two. I'm holding down Shift. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to say wrap in a block. And I love that. That's, you know it's new. I know it's new. You know it's new. It's new. And that rocks. Okay, so we're just going to give this a little bit of spacing. Really doesn't need too much. We'll go padding S, and we'll say that's all the way around. And actually, let's even go XS on the side. So we're going to unlink that, and we will go XS so that it looks a little bit more better. All right. So now we can just give it, I don't know. Should we go with that? Yeah, let's go with that. And lastly, we'll just give that a nice little border, and we'll link them all. Border, well, so it's radius, radius L. Save that. Bob's your uncle. And there you go. Now you have your 3 things. Okay, so the last thing to do is to link all this up, right? And you're probably wondering why I've waited till this last minute. And the reason is, like a lot of things when dealing with WooCommerce, it ain't real obvious, all right? So let's go ahead, and I'm just going to show you the answer. I'm not even going to get into the theory because it's goofy. But if I go link to, I'm going to go other URL. I'm going to go a dynamic data, because obviously this is dynamic data. Which dynamic data? And this is the one where it really gets goofy. Normally it'd be your URL link or whatever. So what it is you're going to go do your category thing. All right. And that'll show you just the category ones. And, you would think it's the link categories or something. It's not. It's actually, if I type in URL, it is the term archive URL. So that will actually link you in this term _ URL. That is the actual link to that category. So let's hope this works. We'll just save that, and we come here. And if I go to shirts, boom, takes me to shirts. If I go to pants, takes me to pants. There are no pants. You're getting the idea here, right? All right, Billy, that's it. That's all you need to know. You now have the power to put WooCommerce right the hell into your mega menu. Now, clearly this is just the first step, and there's going to be more videos about this subject, but hopefully got your juices flowing and thinking, hey, yeah, this isn't impossible. So if you like this video, like, subscribe, buy my crap, make sure that you vote. I don't know, learn to sew, do all those fun things. But for now, have fun, take it easy. I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.